Hello everybody, welcome back to Frühling, episode 95. I don't know if we're going to get the whole thing finished here in 5 episodes or not. That's a lot to cram in, but we're starting to wind down here on the previous episode. We went ahead and sold our cows and our chickens. We sold our eggs for the last time, and now our milk is processing over at our dairy for cheese. I should check up on that real quick here. I'm just getting this trailer put away here. We're gonna close some things up. Yes, let's check our cheese processing. Yeah, so we still got 15,000 to process into cheese. And again, we did sell the cattle here, so we're gonna go ahead and close these doors up. We'll just leave these here. Yeah, they could have been sold, but I think what I'm going to do with this game save is after I'm done, I'm going to keep it just because I worked so hard on it with you guys. It'll bring back memories also, coming back to it and visiting. I'm keeping the equipment, or basically just selling the animals. But it'll be nice to have that. Oh, this door's a little... There we go. Yeah. So I think what I want to do... Well, for today's episode, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go work on Field 11 here and start getting that prepped, because we are going to have to plant sunflowers in it coming up in March. So we do have a couple months, but I want to kind of get ahead of it here, because we also have to go ahead and hit our big field. But we got a sale to do. We got canola that needs to be sold. That's going to the oil mill. Actually, the price is already dropping on that, so we need to... I'm going to slow this down just a little bit. It was green, now we're in the yellow. What we're going to do, because I wanted to give ourselves a little bit of a prize here before we end the series, and I want a time to use that prize before we end the series. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell this Fendt with the front loader here. We'll keep the bucket, because what we're going to do is actually buy a brand new tractor. We earned it. We worked so hard on this save. And it's actually barely going to put a dent in our... Yeah, we'll keep the bucket. It's barely going to put a dent in our money supply. We're over $2 million. But yeah, it's time to... This was when we started this save, this was the biggest tractor we had, and we've kept it ever since, but now it's time to say goodbye. Snow's coming down quite hard now. I wonder if it's going to stick. Last winter we didn't really get that much of a snowstorm, but now it's kind of being a little different here. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and sell this Fendt. We'll fix it up, I guess. Repair, and then we'll also repaint it. So we get 46,000. We'll sell that. It was good to us in the start, but it started getting kind of having a little stuttery, shifting gears and stuff. But maybe that's just the way that one is. It's time for something smoother. So I was browsing around a little bit, and it's like, what do I want as a prize tractor? I think I want to go with the Kubota M6 series. Now, I wish the horsepower was a little bit more. We are going to upgrade it all the way. That'll give us 141 horsepower. But I do wish it was a little bit more, but we're going to try doing some field work with it as well. It's a good map to have on this, or a good tractor to have on this map. We can't go too crazy with our big equipment. I'm going to do something a little different. We're going to use the Nokian tires on this one. I typically don't go for those, but let's do that. And we'll put we'll use the US weights on the front, so we don't have to worry about, we won't be able to attach anything on the front. That's another downside, but we'll also put our front loader on here. I wonder if that's going to work with those weights though. 102,900. Again, that's nothing to us. We're still going to be almost at 2 million. Let's grab the arm combinations. And we'll buy this for 9,000. Yeah, I'm kind of worried that having those weights on the front, it's gonna probably run into them, I'm gonna guess. Let's check this thing out. Now, I have used this in some of my own personal playthroughs. I do really love the Kubota M6 out of all of the Kubotas. It's actually a nice little tractor. Alright, so how close are we to that weight? Oh, actually... yeah, it looks pretty good. We should be alright. Good. I was a little worried about that, but maybe since this arm is specifically designed for this, it'll be fine. Oh man, I should have had my forks. We could have took some of that seed up, but I guess we can come back down for that whenever. I do have the New Holland in the way here, but we're gonna unhook this. Because I do want to use the new Kubota for a little bit. It's a prize tractor. Originally, I did want to get that M6 really early in this playthrough, but we just kept grabbing from the sales, and it never came up in the sales, unfortunately. I really think that this is a great map to have something like this on, and we get to use it a little while before we end the series here. Okay. So let's get the canola here. 14,000 we gotta get. Yeah, we gotta make another trip. Alright, let's go on down to the oil mill. Alright. Here we are. Get these unloaded and we got a little bit more. Alright. 23,369. We'll head up and grab the last little bit here. Alright, just grabbing the last little bit here. It should all fit on the wagon. 3,000 easily. And that is that. And another 6,334,000. Excellent. Alright, we'll just drop this off here. And then we're gonna run the mulcher on our field 11. We'll see here. So we need to mulch. Then we need to disc harrow this. And then after we disc harrow, we need to pick up the rocks. And I believe that should be it until we plant. And then we'll plant with sunflowers in March. Alright. If I'm not mistaken... Ooh, this mulcher is a little heavy for this, even with all these weights on this front. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this was the last time we were gonna mulch in this series. As far as these big fields, I'm not talking about the grapes, but... So what I'm gonna do is get this cleaned up. Because the big field down below, the 15, is a root crop. Remember, we had sugar beets in there, so we need to plow next. So really, when we plow, that kind of eliminates the whole process here. So we'll get this cleaned up, put in our shed. I think this is the end of the mulching. But like I said, I'll hold on to the equipment because I'm probably going to come visit this save after we get done here. I'm going to put it back in storage here. That way everything's all nice and clean when we end the series here too. Probably could leave this Kubota in the shed, I think. It is snowing. I was going to put it in our parking lot, but yeah, we'll just let it sit right here. Very nice tractor. I love it. I'm glad we made the investment. Like, again, this is a prize tractor for all the hard work we put in. Brand new. And we sure, very for sure deserved it with all the work we did. Alright, so let's head back on down here and finish up rock picking. And I believe, let's double check here. I think after this, yeah, we just have to plant and then roll. After we plow on 15 down below, we are going to need to rock pick that, so I can bring this down to field 15 after we're done with this one. This is actually the last field we're going to be disc harrowing too. It's like trying to just come to that realization is like, wow, this is really the last time. So we'll go ahead and wash that up. And we'll put that away too. Alright, just getting the last little strip here. And I think we'll send him over to... well, up to the farm on a worker. So we'll do that. Set destination. And come about right up here. And we'll get that all put away. God, I love it when those workers do what they're supposed to. And I did miss a few rocks on the other end, so let's go back down there and grab those. Yeah, just like a couple rock piles. I guess it wasn't that big of a deal, but it's done now. Alright, so that is ready for seed when March comes, and then we gotta roll it, and then I suppose we'll have to fertilize too, right? We did put some lime on it, so that's good to go there. Yeah. I was a little iffy about if these dual tires, if I should switch them back to single, but they seem to be doing alright. They are the narrow kind, but yeah. They ain't that wide. I mean, they're wide, but not as much as it would be if there were two regular wide ones. Alright, we'll add this to the pile. And actually we got... once we do that big field, that'll be the last of the rocks. We do have to get a conveyor belt for picking up those sugar beets. So I wonder if they can pick up rocks too. I think you can, if I'm not mistaken. So then we can bring that over here and then fill up our wagon for that. Unless we want to use the Kubota loader. It's kind of what I bought it for, I guess. Alright, we'll set this down here. That's probably pretty good for now. And we got to bring the plow down. And we'll get it ready to plow. We can probably do that next episode, next month, I think. We have to get these sugar beets sold here. Should get a pretty good amount for those that are not even considered in my stock check mod here because they don't show up because they're not in a silo, which is... Ooh, our ice cream is going to be ready to sell next month too. So we're actually going to have quite a busy month. Alright, I'll just take over for him here. And what we're going to do is go ahead and spray this disc harrow. And like I said, this was the last time we were using it. Man, it's just hard to have that realization that, like, this is it. We're wrapping up. I think it really pays to hit the doits because we're going to have to go over that again as well. Oh, let's just go around this way. Yeah, the horses will probably... Well, actually, the horses will be one of the last things we probably do in this playthrough, too. That with the rocks. Well, the rocks could actually be sold after we get that last field, so... Yeah, the rocks might not be the last thing we do. I was kind of... Imagine playing this playthrough and ending with the rocks and selling those on the end. I suppose we could leave them. Make people guess how much we're going to get for them. Can't be that much, but... Make it a little game, I don't know. Alright, so I'm going to leave it there for today's episode. And what we'll do on the next one, like I said, we're going to get those sugar beets sold. We got some ice cream to sell. We're going to have to plow. I'm grabbing the plow right here. And we'll plow that big field. That barely cleared that. And then that big field, I think we're going to plant... I think I decided to do wheat. And we don't, it's not like we really need it or anything, but... Yeah, and we are getting down there. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.